Hello, all my football fans out there. This is Buckeye Vinny coming to you tonight. What I want to discuss tonight is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns game. And folks, not so much the game, but just what happened a day ago that I really couldn't believe what I heard. We all know the brawl between Myles Garrett for the Browns and Mason Rudolph for the Steelers. We all know what took place. We all knew what happened with Pouncey jumping in and kind of going off on his part also. But I don't know if you viewers have heard this. I'm sure some have. Maybe some haven't. But the Peacemaker, and we all know who that was, number 66, David DeCastro, the offensive guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers, better known to me as the Peacemaker, ended up getting fined by the NFL for a little more than $14,000. Are you freaking kidding me? For what? For being a good guy? For what? For helping his quarterback not to get killed by Myles Garrett? Folks, could you imagine if David DeCastro would not have stepped in to separate Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph? That would have been even uglier than a bash over the head with the helmet. Don't get me wrong. That was horrible. But folks, it could have gotten much worse. So what I'm getting at is this, and I would all like your opinion, and please comment. The Peacemaker is now getting fined. I still can't fathom that. He came to the aid, technically, of both sides, to want to just stop it, break it up, let's move on, the game is over, and the league is fining David DeCastro. I can't believe it. If I was Mike Tomlin and the Steelers organization, I believe I would be paying off David DeCastro's fine, because it is ridiculous for the NFL to do such a thing to a Peacemaker. And that's exactly what he was. Folks, watch that video. Did he ever land a kick or a punch or a shove? No. He simply was backing up Myles Garrett because he didn't want to see something else ugly happen to his quarterback, which I'm telling you, it would have. Because let's be honest, Mason Rudolph, instead of him just backing away, was still somewhat going after Myles Garrett. And David DeCastro knew that and wanted to just be the Peacemaker and separate both of them. Instead, he gets a little over $14,000 fine and 1-game suspension. Again, ridiculous for the NFL. I can't believe that Roger Goodell would do something like that to a Peacemaker. It's no different than two kids in high school fist fighting, and the third kid wanting to break it up, and he gets in trouble, and all three get suspended. That's the bottom line to me, is what the thanks that David DeCastro got was a $14,000 fine. Ridiculous. And I'll tell you another thing that bothered me, is it stated in the league, any player that night that left the bench automatically got a $3,500 penalty for leaving the bench. So don't tell me that some of those guys that left the bench were maybe shoving and maybe a few threw a punch. DeCastro did none of that, and he got a little more than $14,000 fine. But it's okay, you can leave the bench, and you only got a $3,500 fine. Folks, I'm just saying, the NFL really got to get their act together. This is why, for me, I would rather watch a great high school and or college game any day compared to the NFL, because of stuff like that, what the NFL pulled. They should be granting DeCastro Man of the Year for his peacemaking acts that he did for that game, not fining the man. Again, it was a slap in David DeCastro's face, my friend. Whether you like the Steelers or you like the Browns, it doesn't matter. It goes down with right and wrong, and the NFL was extremely wrong with what they did by slapping the fine of a little over $14,000 on David DeCastro. Shame on you, NFL. Folks, please comment, please subscribe, click on my picture at the end of the video. Continue to comment. We really appreciate it. I want to throw out a special thanks to my lovely wife, Donna, who's been doing all the filming for me, who's been doing behind the scenes, and who's been a big support for me. Thank you, dear. Again, God bless. Peace out.